Morning, everyone. It's Monday morning around a little after 8:30, and this is your pre-opening comment. It is video number 452, and please subscribe or like us. It really helps. Okay, so the president had an uneventful weekend, it seems, considering all of the hubbub on Thursday night and Friday. Asia and Europe are both up on the basis of that outlook, and the futures are pretty strong with the Dow up about 208 and S&P up about 21, and the Nasdaq also substantially higher, not as high as we'd like. It's up about 75 to 80, keeps vacillating back and forth. Okay, in the news this morning, you have Cineworld, which is an English company, doesn't trade very much, has a range this year of 840 to 220, with the last being the bottom. And that's on the news that they are closing all of their movie theaters here in the U.S. We know them as Regal Cinemas, but they're going to close them all here and there until they get a better handle on what's going on. Caterpillar, I don't understand what's going on with it, but they are buying the oil and gas division of a company called Weir, also English, for $405 million. So it's not a particularly big deal. The people at Weir say that they are looking forward to being a pure play in the mining business, and the $405 million will help them upgrade those businesses, and it will be a pure play. I don't know what that says for Caterpillar, because they are just adding a tiny little company relative to their size in the oil and gas business. Disney announced that of the 28,000 layoffs that they announced last week, over a quarter of them are coming from Florida. So that was kind of the way that the press release read anyway, that they were closing out theme park, part-time, full-time executives. So no real action there. NNOX. This is a company that had an IPO, I mentioned it last week, an IPO back in August at around $18. And the stock has traded between 20 and a quarter and 66. This is the last on this today is 37. It was up pretty substantially last week. I only mention it because they have a low-cost digital imaging system that seems to be very popular moving forward. And as I said, the stock has come up from about 20 to 40 and now back to 37. Corvus, CRVS, excuse me, stock that closed at 407 on Friday, has traded as high as 648 this morning. The last is 630, which is up $2.23 or 54%. It's another COVID test, although their sampling is a very small protocol test. DKNG, again, down on the basis of the fact that it looks like the NFL is not going to be as clean as some other sports. DraftKings, has come up pretty substantially again on the return of the NFL. But here in week 4, we had several games that were postponed or canceled. In fact, here in Boston, they're going to try and play last night's game, I don't mean to say that it's here. It was a Patriots game, so I think about it as here. But the game is actually in Kansas City against the Chiefs, and we'll see whether that goes on at 7 o'clock tonight, as is scheduled. And Enliven, ENLV. I mentioned this one also last week, also a COVID stock. It moved from 490 to 18 and a half. This morning it's trading 1430, up 395, or just under 40%. The chart on the screen is the US dollar. If you read last night's letter, you'd know that I thought that this is an area where it really has to hold. It kind of surprises me that it's down this morning, considering that Trump is better. Interest rates are higher, which generally lead to a stronger dollar. So this is the area. I'm not going to say that it's done. This is a very nice little flagging pattern. If we hold this area now, this low from last week was 93.56. This morning, although it's trading at the bottom, it's 93.57. So if we hold here, or even anywhere above about 93 and a half, I would expect that this will turn back up. We are short the bonds using the TBT, and that is short bonds, long interest rates, and it looks like we're breaking to the downside here. We are on the low. The low close here, the last time we had this kind of a test, was 174 and 24/32, or 3/4. We have a couple of closes there, and I wouldn't want to see this just turn and have a reversal day like this, being short. But I think we could have that kind of a bounce if we get down to the 174 area. The gold, even though the dollar is slightly higher, is also slightly higher. Oil is up $1.53, which after its decline last week is a really nice bounce. The gold is up about $5 this morning, and it too, if my recollection is correct, it's had this little running correction. We tested the low this morning down here at 1891. We're on the high at 1913. But we really need to close above this 1916.30 in order to send this back up. The issue here is, like the issue with bonds, we had this really nice looking flag. We are coming back down to the 100-day MA and then rallying back up. But we should have some resistance here at 1950 or so. So we'll have to see how that goes. Okay, everyone. Again, Dow up 210, and the 10-year is about 4 basis points higher, which is not inconsequential. Have a good day. I'll be back later.